Hello, I'm Jen Thoden, and welcome to another episode of Your Color Style. This is where you can ask me any question about color analysis, style, and I will answer in a video. So to do that, you use the hashtag Your Color Style, and on Facebook, follow me at Outfit Ideas for You. Post your question and use the hashtag Your Color Style. That way I can find you. And out on Twitter, follow me at Jen Thoden. And again, post your question with the hashtag Your Color Style, and I will find your question and answer it in another video. Okay, so I'm going to answer two questions in today's episode. The first question is, how do you figure out your colors if you are dealing with an illness that leaves you with no apparent skin tone? And the second question is, what color will bring me to a positive glow without overwhelming me? I am brown-haired, and I am a spring, and I am medium of contrast. I consider between light spring and warm spring, depending on my skin, winter or summer. But when I wear my good colors, I do not look extraordinarily bright and radiant. If everything has its proper yellow portion, then I look healthy. She also mentions that coral acts like a neutral. So that's a longer answer to that question. So I'm going to go to the first one. How do you figure out your colors if you are dealing with an illness that leaves you with no apparent skin tone? Okay, so this is a little bit of a challenging one because I'm like, I can't see this person, so I don't know what she looks like. So you have to. So we all change. Our natural skin tone and coloring changes over time. We're depending on all kinds of factors. Age is one of them. As we get older, we tend to cool off a little bit. We soften a little bit, and maybe even lighten a bit. And so age will do that to us. Illness is another factor that can change our overall coloring and tone. So we have to consider what our color type is at this moment. A lot of us try to be a certain color type that they once were, and then it starts to feel off and wrong. And so it's not fair that your coloring is changing because you're sick, but that just seems to be what's going on. So I would love to be able to see this person's photo because I like to know what kind of illness it might be. Meaning, for example, is her skin gone neutral and has her hair changed? Has her eye coloring changed? And is she bald? Is she undergoing chemo and that's kind of grayed her out and made her bald? Or is it just her skin? All these things kind of matter in deciding what the color tone is and the color type is for a person. So if it feels like you've gone neutral, like you don't have a skin tone, that's not really true. It just means that you're not strong one way or the other. When that happens, it typically is an indicator that you have a soft tone about you and that you likely have cool undertones. This is not always the case, okay? Everybody's different, but I've noticed that the people that have come to me telling me that they're neutral typically have cool undertones and they are soft. And I think it's just because they're not just very, very intense in any one direction, which kind of softens them in general. And then it's very likely that this particular person has cool undertones. Now, what I would recommend is that you stick to the lighter and brighter colors of the color wheel. So even though I'm telling you that you are soft, I still would probably avoid super grayed out muted tones. This may drain you more just because you may be a little, I'll air quote, grayer because of the illness. Okay, less color in the cheeks just naturally, where someone who's soft, naturally healthy, has color in the cheeks. So I would recommend that you, I'm going to assume cool undertones, and I'm going to assume soft. But when you're looking at the color wheel for looking at the soft color wheel, that I have on my site, or you can find the color wheel in all kinds of my videos also, or inside the Color Style Club. The inner rings, I deliberately didn't add very much gray to those colors, because when you're naturally soft, you can wear really, really gray muted colors, but what the question really is how bright can you go? So those colors are actually a really good indicator for someone who has an illness, because they have a little bit of brightness and lightness to them without overpowering them and without draining them. Okay, so my suggestion to you is to get the soft color wheel. You can order it at color-fans.com, colorfans.com. If you go to the Color Style Club, you can get it inside of there, and I even think you can get it at the blog at yourcolorstyle.com. So I will try to find the link and put that in the description below this video, so you can have access to the color wheels, because they're out there, they're everywhere. You can even find them on Pinterest. Okay, so I'll find a link and I'll put that in the description. I hope that helps. So now to the second question, which is, I have to read it again. She wants to understand really what colors she should be wearing to really make her vibrant and enhanced. Okay. Now, what's interesting is she says, I am brown haired and she's a spring. Okay. I get this a lot, and it really perplexes me a little bit on who's telling people that they are springs with dark hair. I know there's always an exception to the rule, but a spring in seasonal color analysis is a person who is light, bright, and warm. They have warm undertones, they have light hair, light eyes, light skin, and they are bright. They're just light and bright and warm. And so having dark brown hair, medium brown hair, it goes completely against what that is. Now, if the person had really light eyes, like light tealy green, warm eyes, then I might be able to think about that person being that season. But this is one of the reasons why I don't like seasonal color analysis that much, because it's not really a clear indicator of what colors you can wear. I mean, you can label yourself as a spring, but in this particular case, she's typed herself as a spring with brown hair. She's got darker features. She's referring to the light spring color palette, and she can't understand why these colors aren't bringing out bringing out her natural beauty and enhancing her and making her look vibrant. And that's the reason is because it's the wrong color palette for her. Not completely wrong, but not her best. So here is what I mean. In the Your Color Style color system, we first look at whether or not you're bright or you're soft. Now, I can tell by how she describes herself and the fact that she thinks that she's a spring, she probably is bright. She can probably wear bright tomato red and look fabulous in it. And so that tells me she has warm undertones and that she's bright. So she's bright and warm. The biggest difference here, and this is the reason why she feels like coral acts like a neutral, is because she can wear deeper colors that will be way nicer on her. So I'm going to show you the bright color wheel and show you the difference in range between someone who's a spring, or I should say someone who's a bright, warm, and light versus someone who's bright, warm, and medium or deep, and the differences in those colors. And I think that once you see the colors that she should be wearing, she'll have far more success in getting that look that she's looking for, that healthy glow. Okay, so we're looking at the bright color wheel, and my gut tells me that she can definitely wear the colors from the bright color wheel. And the colors that are to the left or above the line are the warm colors, and these are the colors that she can wear best. Now, if she were someone that had light hair, light eyes, light skin, she would be wearing the colors that are from C down through F, okay, from the brightest ring down to the lightest. Because she thinks that she's a spring, the light spring color palette tends to have a lot of these lighter, brighter colors, and they don't do anything for you. If you have warm undertones, the darker that you go, the deeper your hair, your eyes, or your eyebrows are, the less flattering the lighter colors are. Pastels will do nothing for you. The reason that coral feels like a neutral to her is because it's probably the natural color of her cheeks. It's not really a neutral. It's just that it blends perfectly with her. And it probably looks a lot prettier than she's giving it credit. But if she's looking for that vibrancy, that real boost in the wow factor, if you will, it's the colors that are in the brightest ring here, the C's, and then for her one step darker, the B's will be, and then the D's, one step lighter and one step darker. Those are the colors that are really going to be really truly flattering. Now when you're looking at the color wheel, you'll see that these stars are universal colors, and that also means that someone with warm undertones can wear the colors over here on the cool side. So we've got blues and purples, true blues, teals, and greens, and so those are also colors that will look really great on someone with warm undertones. So my recommendation to you is to take a look at the color wheel, and I'll put the link for both color wheels now in the description below. Take a look at those color wheels. You can order them out on colorfans.com, or just get your color fan, and that will help also. And focus on those colors, these brighter colors, and avoid the pastels. My gut tells me that you've been told that you can wear coral and light pinks, and those are just not really balancing you with your darker hair and features. So I hope that helps. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about the Your Color Style system or to follow the blog, please visit yourcolorstyle.com. And if you have a question for me, again, either follow me out on Facebook at Outfit Ideas for You or on Twitter at Jen Thoden. Post your question with the hashtag YourColorStyle, and I will find you and answer your question in another video. Thanks for watching.